What's up guys, my name is Elior Tabrizi and welcome to Captive Emotions. Today I want to talk about 4 equipment that I personally recommend that you need to start your videography or filmmaking business that is going to be roughly about $5,000, and here they are. The first equipment you're obviously going to need is going to be a camera. I recommend a Sony a7 III camera. I bought this camera for several reasons. First of all, these cameras are very affordable. They run about $1,700 in January in 2020, which is now, and later on they're even going to be cheaper in the next month or two. And these cameras, they can shoot an S-Log, so later on you can just transfer your footage to Premiere Pro or whatever other software you're using and do a professional color grading on the camera. The other reason that I bought this camera is because of its capability in shooting in 4K and 120 frames per second in 1080p. I do a lot of slow motion, and if you're like me, you like to shoot slow motions and do a lot of b-rolling, and this is a great camera. And one of the other reasons, and it's probably the most important reason that I got this camera, is because of its autofocus. So if you're doing a lot of YouTube videos, or you just want to be hands-free from the camera, like put the camera on a gimbal or something, the autofocus, it plays a very big role. And the Sony a7 III is a great camera for that purpose. The autofocus on these things are amazing, they're spot on, and that is why I love the Sony a7 III. The next item you're going to need is going to be a lens, and I recommend spending a little bit more time on finding the right lens for you. There are lots of lenses out there and they can be very tricky. But after lots of research that I did, I found out that the Sony FE 2.8 16 to 35 millimeter, it's the best option for me. And the reason I picked this lens is, first of all, it's a wide angle lens, 16 to 35 millimeter, and I do a lot of vlogging, so I want to be able to hold that gimbal out there and knowing that I will 100% be in the frame. So I don't want to be worrying about if I'm in the frame or not, and I will always be there. And the other reason is I can do a lot of commercial videography with this. I can capture amazing photos with the 16 to 35 millimeter lens, and specifically because of its 2.8 aperture. Now Sony has another lens just like this, and they're about $1,000 cheaper, but it's not f2.8, it's just f4. So you're pretty much paying $1,000 for that depth of field, which I like it, and I'm happy with spending another $1,000 just for that. The third equipment that you're going to need is going to be a stabilizer, and there are a lot of stabilizers out there and all of them are great, but you're going to have to get a stabilizer if you want to have like a very smooth footage and you want to avoid that shaky footage. So stabilizers are very important, and I got a DJI Ronin S stabilizer, and I absolutely love the stabilizer, which I'm gonna go over the stabilizer in a different video because there are a lot to talk about this stabilizer. But that is an essential option you need to start a professional videography or filmmaking business. These stabilizers, they run about $560 to $600 depending on what else you get with the stabilizer. But they're also affordable, and they are probably one of the top-notch stabilizers in the market right now, and you'll be able to capture amazing footage with the stabilizer. So the last equipment that you're going to need for your filmmaking business or your videography or vlogging is going to be a microphone. You're going to have to invest in a good microphone or at least in an average microphone, but you have to capture or get a clear audio, because that is very important. What I recommend is a Rode Go Wireless Go microphone. I got it right here. It's attached to me. One piece is attached to me and the other piece is attached to the camera. These microphones are amazing and it's perfect for vlogging, and it's also perfect for interviewing or anything else you want to do with audio. So those are the 4 equipment that you'll be able to buy under $5,000, and it's going to help you with your videography or filmmaking business in a professional way. So these are semi-professional equipment, but you will be able to get a professional or make a professional video out of this. So now I think it's time to go out there and test the equipment and see what I can get from this equipment. So I'll see you guys outside. Alright, what's up guys? So we're in downtown Lake Mary, Florida, and we're gonna do some test shoot with the equipment that we just talked about. It's gonna be the Sony a7 III, DJI Ronin S, and the Rode Wireless Go, and the 16 to 35 Sony f2.8 lens. Alright, let's start.